But first, what is product modeling? Every product on the market has different characteristics and attributes. To sell your products online, you need to accurately model your product's particularities. Out of the box, SAP Commerce Cloud gives you a standard business model for you to customize and mold to your needs. There are two systems to model products in commerce, the type system and classification system. The type system is the basis for all objects stored in the commerce platform. This can be anything from product information, customer data, orders, to categories, discounts, cron jobs, and so on. When speaking of the type system for products, there's a couple of things you should be aware of. Types have type attributes when an item instance is created based on the type, say a car. This car will have all the attributes of its type and parent types in the type system. There's no multi-inheritance. That means a type cannot inherit from two separate types. In general, the type system is appropriate for static attributes, meaning attributes that will not change over time. Once typing is done, it usually should not be changed at runtime. Typing is a one-time developer effort rather than a flexible system you can adjust while your system is running. The main advantage of typing is its slow demand on database load and its faster performance than classification. Typing is usually also the go-to solution if attributes should be used in business, logic, and process, for example for article numbers which are unique for every product. Now let's look at classification. There's a couple of differences. Classification is only applied to products and can be adjusted at runtime using the back-office administration cockpit. This stands in contrast to the type system that requires the developer and is usually adjusted in a file named items XML. The database load with classification is higher, but this affords you flexibility for new and evolving product attributes. Classification works with classification systems which contain classifying categories and features assigned to the categories. The classifying categories are in turn assigned to a product category or to products themselves. Although the term category is also used in classification, this should not be confused with product categories that are used on the storefront for navigation. With classification, multi-assignments at the product or category level are possible, since creating classification categories does not result in the creation of Java getters and setters. The use of classification features in business logic requires more effort than with types. In this example, the classification tree A has the parent classification category hardware with two subcategories, CPU and photography. CPU category has two classification attributes, clock speed and cache, while the photography category provides the sensor classification attributes and resolutions. The second classification tree is B. The parent level is electricity with one feature current and two sub-classification categories. Machines and software both have two classification attributes. And for the browsing category tree, the super level is manufacturer A, grouping printers and laptops. The machines classification category is assigned to the manufacturer A category, which means that all products of all subcategories of manufactured will get the size and weight attributes. On the other hand, the CPU classification category is assigned to the subcategory laptops, so as a result, all products belonging to this category will get dynamically the classification attributes of CPU classification. The current attribute is directly assigned to the product A, so only the product A will get this attribute. Now, let's see the product variants. Product variants are products different in some aspects from one another but are based in the same basic model, where a difference in the base product's attribute makes it a distinct SKU. Variant aspects or attributes are sometimes called dimensions. Common examples are color and size. These products are rendered in the PCM as either static type variants or using dynamic multidimensional variants. The basic product variants are supported out of the box in SAP Commerce Cloud. In general, product variants are products of identical design and functionality, but with different size, color, etc. For example, a base product t-shirt has two color variants, red and blue. But first of all, in SAP Commerce, you need to distinguish between a base product and a variant product. So what exactly does that mean? In SAP Commerce, product variants simplify the process of managing your products by allowing you to create variant products related to a base product. Variants are intended to cover a small number of variations from a base product, for example, different colours, sizes, or fits. To create product variants, you need to first create a base product and set a variant type on that base product. Then you will be able to create variant products based off the base product. Base products that have variants only exist to facilitate the creation of those variants because you wouldn't want to sell jeans without a size. This means if you are using variant products, the base product cannot be purchased. The variant product type is used to select style, size, colour, etc., but in a hierarchical way. An actual purchasable stock keeping unit, or SKUs, correspond to the selected variant product on the lowest level. For example, you can see that the base product here is the men's short sleeve shirt. It is viewable but not purchasable on the storefront. I can select the intermediate style variant, black, but is still not purchasable. Only finally when I select the size, for example small, can I then purchase this item, namely a small black shirt. From a technical perspective, the implementation of basic variant products has the following structure. A regular product has its variants if the variance property is not null, and all those variants are of the type variant product. In this example, style variant products, the two styles, red and blue, are on the next level, and each of those has a collection of next level variants this time of the type size variant product. And finally, the blue style variant product has 3 next level variants that correspond to 3 sizes, small, medium and large. Since this is a 2-tier variant model, the second variant type has a null value for its variant type property, and an empty collection for its variance property. Now we move on to the next variant type to see how multi-dimensional product variants are supported out of the box in SAP Commerce Cloud. We have already learned about basic product variants. But SAP Commerce offers an additional approach to modelling product variants for more complicated cases. This basis of the modelling approach are known as multi-dimensional product variants. To support this approach, we introduce a new type called generic variant products, which extends variant products. Following this approach, each generic variant product is associated with a base product and becomes the purchasable stock keeping unit. The properties used to differentiate one SKU from another will be determined by variant categories and variant value categories. Both of them extend the category type. We can think of variant categories as attributes by colour and size, and the variant value categories as their corresponding values, like red or large. Let's consider a base product called direct attached waterproof insulated 8 inches steel toe, belonging to the normal category boots. Out of the box, we can use the 3 variant category items that will serve as selector properties for the customer to narrow the selection to the generic variant products for that product. For example, 3 variant category items, colour, size and fit, are assigned directly as supercategories of the Pit Boss 6 inches toe product. In order to define the available choices for each variant category, variant value categories are assigned as children of variant categories, in the order given by their sequence number property. In this example, colour has brown, black and yellow, and each variant value category has a sequence number indicating the order in which it will be displayed. Similarly, size has 3 choices, 6, 7 and 8, and fit can either be medium or large. Finally, we can create generic variant products. In our example, it's a Pit Boss 6 inches steel toe because it is associated with our Pit Boss 6 inches steel toe product through its base product property. Now we can put the variant value category items together with the generic variant product. We assign black, 7 inches and medium as the generic variant product supercategories. With this assignment, the generic variant product becomes a black 7 medium Pit Boss 6 inches steel toe. Let's also take a look at our sample B2B accelerator shop. This pair of shoes has colour black, fit M and size 7, but how do the property values get assigned? Let's take a look at the product in back office. The multi-dimensional product approach categories assignment is displayed in the category system tab. As you can see, the product is assigned to 3 variant value categories, which correspond to the product size, fit and colour displayed on the storefront. Now let's see how configurable products are supported out of the box in SAP Commerce Cloud. In general, configurable products are products that require additional information from the customer to complete the purchase flow. For example, if I want to complete the purchase of a car, I need to select which engine should be built into the car, which color the car should have, and many other properties of the car. Out of the box in SAP Commerce, these configurable properties belonging to a certain product are called configurator settings. They are linked to products and become available in shopping carts or placed orders. They are catalog aware. This means that they can be associated with a staged version for editing and then synchronized to the online version when ready. To support these, two new data types are implemented. The configurator settings represent the actual configurable properties. In addition, they are highly extensible to allow for the specific configuration requirements. The configuration settings are linked to a new category subtype called a configuration category. Instances of this configuration category can then group products or product variants together and pass the configurator settings to those products. In an accelerator, the sample websites already provide controls to start configuration from the product listing page or in the product details page, which will be demoed later. Let's take a configuration category called engraving. It contains three configurator settings: the engraving text, the font name, and the font size. The engraving configuration category is associated with a camera product as its supercategory. The camera product will then inherit all three configurator settings. Now let's see what happens if the camera product has a variant product called green camera. In this case, the variant, as well, inherits all the configurator settings. However, there is one more point to note here. If there is another variant product called red camera, and the red camera is assigned to another configuration category called engraving large with a different configurator setting value, then configurations will be merged with the variant-specific configurations. This means the non-conflicted configurator settings are linked normally, and the conflicting property at the more specific level, in this case the variant product, will override the more general one, so that the font size now has the value of 24. Out-of-the-box configurable products can be managed in back office. SAP Commerce provided implementation called a text file configurator. You can observe this in the category node in the back office. Just search for the engraving category. In that category, you can see the three configurator settings of the type text field configurator are assigned with default values. This category is a supercategory of the DSC H20 camera. This means that this camera, as well as all of its variants, will become configurable products in the storefront. Now let's go to the electronics store and search for the DSC H20 product. You can see that all DSC H20 variants contain the configure button in the search results page. And if we click on one of the variants, for example, the red one, we can also configure this product on the product details page. These are the three configurator settings defined in the configuration category engraving with the default values. We can go ahead and add this product to the shopping cart. Please note that although the product is now in the cart, we can't yet proceed with the checkout. That's because the out-of-the-box implementation has one simple restriction. None of the configurable properties must be null or empty. We therefore need to complete the engraved text field in order to continue. The configurable product model is designed to be extensible. The example we have just looked at serves as a starting point for defining more complicated use cases.